Alright, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to get rid of fractions and decimals when solving equations. So sometimes the best strategy is to rewrite the equation and simplify it. And so we're going to practice getting rid of fractions and decimals in our equations. So we have this equation here, and we're going to get rid of these fractions. So we're going to take a look at our fractions, and we're going to find the lowest common denominator between 3, 6, and 3. The lowest common denominator for those three fractions is 6. So we're going to multiply every term in our equation by 6. So 6 times 1/3 times 2x plus 7, and then 6 times 5/6 equals 6 times 5/3 x. All right. So we're going to simplify these fractions. 6 times 1 is 6 divided by 3. That's going to be 2. So 2x plus 7. And then we have 6 times 5 is 30. 30 divided by 6 is 5. And then we have 6 times 5 is 30 divided by 3 is 10. So 10x. Then I'm going to use distributive property and get rid of these parentheses. 2 times 2 is 4. So that's 4x. 2 times 7 is 14. And then we have 5, and we have 10x. So now I can use my properties of equality and inverse operations to simplify and solve this problem. So I'm going to combine these terms. So I have 4x plus 19 equals 10x. And I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And I'm left with 19 equals 6x. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And x equals 19 over 6. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to look at our fractions and find our lowest common denominator between 4 and 2. And that would be 4. So I'm going to multiply every term by 4. So 4 times 1/4 x minus 5 plus 4 times 9 equals 4 times 1/2 x. 4 times 1 is 4 divided by 4. That's 1. So this is x minus 5. And 4 times 9 is 36. Then on the right side we have 4 times 1 is 4 divided by 2. That's 2x. Alright, now I'm going to combine my like terms. I have x. And then I have -5 and 36, so that is a positive 31 equals 2x. Then I'm going to subtract an x from both sides. 31 equals x. Okay, let's go to another one. We have 5/4 and we have 1/8. Okay. We don't need to worry about this fraction because it's part of this term here. So between 4 and 8, our lowest common denominator is 8. So we're going to multiply every term by 8. So we have 8 times 5/4 times x plus 1/2 plus 8 times 8. And then we have 8 times 1/8 x. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So we have 10 times x plus 1/2. Plus 8 times 8 is 64. Then we have 8 times 1 is 8. Divided by 8 is 1. So we have an x there. Then I'm going to distribute this 10 into my parentheses. So we have 10x. 10 times 1/2 is 5. Plus 64 equals x. I'm going to combine these like terms. So we have 10x plus 69 equals x. Okay. Then we're going to subtract 10x from this side. And I'm left with 69 equals -9x. Divide both sides by -9. And x equals, what is this going to be? Divided by 3. 20, -23 over 3. Now we have some decimals. the way we can get rid of decimals is we're going to multiply out each term by a factor of 10 until the decimals are gone. So because each of these decimals have one decimal place, I'm going to multiply each term by 10. So we have 10 times 2.5x plus 10 times 1.4 equals 10 times 0.5x plus 10 times 2. So that's going to be 25x plus 14 equals 5x plus 20. And now we can just use our inverse operations to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, and I'm left with 20x plus 14 equals 20. I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides, and I'm left with 20x equals 6. Divide both sides by my coefficient of x, and I'm left with x equals 3/10. All right.